JB, we've been picking out, especially in our host chat, some big games coming up this weekend. We have that big Wisconsin matchup between Oshkosh and Whitewater. We got the RPI Ithaca matchup, Union Hobart, which Union will win, we know already, so we won't even have to talk about that game. But we have a big game to the south of me. I would love to go to this game if I could, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. It's a 1 o'clock start time Saturday. It is number 5 Frostburg State at number 6 Wesley. And I'll tell you, that defense of Wesley has been playing lights out, and that leads us to our player focus guest this week.
Yeah, he's one of the senior captains of the Wolverines defense, which has basically only allowed a touchdown a game over the last 4 weeks. It was a big reason, too, for them and what was more of an offensive struggle against South Virginia. So we wanted to welcome onto the show one of the senior free safeties, Cappadonna Miller, in the huddle. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, not only does he have one of the best names in Division III football, I mean, he's one of the leaders of one of the best defenses. You guys have really played lights out. And I guess, do we call you a Cappadonna? Do we call you a Cap? I mean, he's the captain of the defense, so Cap is sort of appropriate. But definitely, is Cappadonna a family name? Like, where did that come from?
My mom gave me the name. She said she said she got it from a doctor named Joe Cappadonna. But it's actually a rapper named Cappadonna from the Wu-Tang Clan. So,
all right. Yes.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Well, now as JB looks through his computer to get his Wu-Tang Clan songs out, I will ask you the next question. Southern Virginia ends up really taking it to you guys for that first quarter of the game. They, I think, stopped you on 4th down one time, JB had told me. It was a really tough game early on, reminiscent of what was happening a little bit last year for Wesley in terms of not always getting past opponents that were maybe underneath you on paper, at least early on. Then, 3rd, 4th quarter, finally things get gelling for you. Take us through that game. Obviously, you're on defense. Has Southern Virginia improved that much, or was it Wesley kind of playing down? What was it in that game going on exactly, in your point of view?
To be honest, I think Southern Virginia improved a lot from the past years that we have played them. They got a lot of new talent on their team. They did improve, and I think as well that we took them lightly. We didn't come in very focused. We wasn't in tune to what we were supposed to accomplish, and it took us a little while to get things rolling. So they did their part by coming in and executing, trying their best to win the game. But I feel as though we just took them lightly.
Well, yeah, I see that their first touchdown kind of came off a short field, so you guys kind of had your backs to the wall there early on. But then things started to turn around, and ultimately the defense held the Knights to only 4 of 11 on 3rd down. They went for 7 of 17 on 3rd down. They made 1 of their 2 4th down conversions. Were you guys just finding that it was a little more challenging to get off the field than you thought in some of those 3rd down plays, or was it just one of those things with the new team, new talent on board, that you guys just weren't executing maybe at the level that you're used to doing as a Wolverine defensive unit?
Yeah, I feel as though we wasn't just executing. We had a lot of misassignments. We just wasn't focused, basically. But I can't take any away from Southern Virginia. They came to play.
Indeed, they did. And, look, for the defense this season, Del Val, 10 points given up, TCNJ, 0, William Patterson, 7, Southern Virginia, 7. It seems like the defense has really been kind of carrying the load here while the offense does get itself together in the games where it might start a little bit slow. You're a captain of that defense. How do you view your leadership of this team and of that defense? What have you been doing personally that has gotten this defense ignited the way it has? And, anecdotally, I know from talking to Coach Drass, who we miss dearly right now, that last season he looked at this defense as such an anchor for the team. He loved his offense, don't get me wrong, but the defense was such an anchor for him. And it seems like you have been leading this team in a way that is exemplifying that. But give us a little bit more on your end as to what you've been doing to do that.
I just been trying to keep everybody positive and keeping the energy up on the defense. Communication is the key. Make sure everybody talking, everybody know what they're supposed to do. And just having fun, basically. I tell the defense a lot. We practice how we play. So when I'm at practice, I come with a lot of energy, and I expect the same thing for them too at practice. Practice with a lot of energy. Don't take it for granted because you don't get you don't get that much time out there. Really. So just take advantage of every opportunity that you get. And they've been doing it. They've been playing well. They've been executing, doing their job. And it's just been fun to see how we're coming together.
A lot of people would have trouble thinking, after the loss you guys experienced, that you could have fun of the season. But was that kind of what you came away from the events of the summer with, that Coach Drass's embracing of the game and whatnot was basically to have fun with it no matter what? Is that kind of how you've led in this respect over the last few weeks especially?
Yes. Over the summer, it was hard losing Coach Drass, and I told a couple of our players when we found out the news, like, that's what we're going to play for. We're going to play for Coach Drass and what he had built and established here at Wesley. So I can say that.
So, Cappadonna, we all know what's at stake this weekend. I mean, this is almost like a second or third round playoff game when you're taking on a team of the caliber of Frostburg. Last season, you guys beat them 27-24. This year, they have a sort of, by just the acts of God, haven't really been able to play that much football. They've had one game, I think, in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So on one hand, you can say they're rested up. On the other hand, they're not in exactly football rhythm. But you're about to face an offense that's averaging over 38 points per game. Connor Cox is the quarterback there, great player. I know you as a free safety are kind of like the quarterback of the defense. What can you tell us a little bit about, from what having played the Bobcats now over your almost 4-year career now as a senior? What can you tell us about, what do you think this game Saturday is going to look like initially, without giving away the company's secrets, so to speak?
I mean, I feel as though it's gonna be a fun game. Frostburg, they have improved very lot from my freshman until now. Last year it was a very hard game for us, and I feel as though this year it's probably gonna be the same way. Frostburg they got talent all over the board. They can make plays. They take advantage of their opportunities on other opponents' mistakes, and I feel as though we have to just do our job, execute our assignment, and just stay calm, face adversity. Don't get over our heads, and just keep playing Wesley football.
Well, I'll tell you, for a team that's faced adversity, obviously, over the last months, you guys have obviously bounced back from it really well, and it seems like if you just keep playing with the kind of mantra that you're talking about right there, you're going to have a good game, win, lose, or draw on Saturday. What do you think it is in terms of these two teams? What has caused, from what you've seen, Wesley and Frostburg State to maybe stand out more so than most? Look, in Salisbury may be out there saying, Frank, we still have a lot to say in this whole thing, and they do. But
Sure.
And some of the Jersey teams too. But it just seems like these are the two names that, well, Frostburg's leaving us. But what do you think it is that's created such a juggernaut at both Wesley and Frostburg State right now in the East region, with Brockport basically knocking now and saying, we are the team to beat? But for longevity's sake, these two teams right now seem to have put put it together over the last couple of years more so. What is it about these teams?
I think just the players and the coaching staff from both teams. Obviously, you had the coaching staff on both teams. They put forth a plan, and their players, they executed, and they just believe and trust in their coaches and what they have for them. If you believe in your coaches about what they're telling you, execute their assignments, and you can't go wrong with it.
Have you noticed many changes from Coach Knapp taking the head position, or has he kind of just seen it through the same way over the last weeks?
Coach Knapp is Coach Knapp. He didn't really make any changes too many or whatnot. But I feel as though Coach Knapp, he's a very intelligent man, and whatever he put forth to us, we're going to do it. And
he's calling right now. He's saying no changes. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. So, Cappadonna, you're originally from I think Bridgeton, New Jersey, not too far from Dover. How did Wesley get on your radar, and walk us through now that you're in the almost second half of your senior year, what maybe some of your plans will be post football?
Well, I plan to graduate and get my degree in political science, and whatever happens, to find a career in that. Whatever happens after football, it just happens, to be honest.
Political science, my kind of guy right there.
Yeah.
That was my major in college at Union College back there behind me. But
take us back a little bit though, Cap. Tell us how did Wesley get on your radar, and what's your experience been playing there?
Oh yeah, well, I actually found about Wesley my sophomore year of high school. Coach Drass, he had came to my high school, and he didn't talk to me, but I seen him because I was a sophomore, and I seen him. And then the next year after that, he talked to me, and he just was so energetic, and I liked him. Out of all the coaches that I have talked to throughout my high school career, Coach Drass, he just stuck out to me. Like he sold Wesley to a T. Like he just is he could be a great salesman. Like and I just fell in love with it. His vibe that he brought to me, how he cared about Wesley so much. And I wanted that. So I didn't like losing. I don't like losing. And I knew was a winning program. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go there. I'm going to visit, see how it is. And I met Coach Drass. And my relationship with Coach Drass was just great. Like, I loved him so much. And I don't know. I just said, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, well, he's created a bit of a pipeline, Frank, because Nazir Williams, a sophomore linebacker, also attended Bridgeton. He was, I think, the leading tackler in the game against Southern Virginia. He's gotten some NJAC awards this week, so it looks like you got something going there. The pipeline from Bridgeton is strong.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I think Coach Drass would be mighty proud of you and your team right now for what you've done so far. He's with you. There's no doubt. We still feel his spirit. I know D3Football.com uses his line thanking everybody at the end of their podcast. We've dedicated our season to him in his memory as well. So he's truly missed, but he's obviously watching these games. He'll be there on Saturday. You'll probably hear him screaming during the moments where things aren't going so hot, because there will be a few of those, but cheering you guys on as they're going well. If you listen hard enough, you'll probably hear that. Having said that, at this point, we would love to give you the opportunity for any shout-outs you have as our player guest, and that means any fans, friends, teammates, family, anybody that might be watching. Cappadonna Miller, your shout-outs.
I just want to give a shout-out to my mom, my dad, all my friends, and my coaches and my teammates, my daughter, for just putting their trust in me and believing in me. And that's it.
You got to do me a favor. What's your daughter's name?
Her name's Aubrey.
And you're gonna have to send me a picture, and we'll put it into this podcast as well, so folks can see her picture here on our show. Is that okay? Is that fair for you?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you joining us. We got a big game, so we don't want to take too much focus away from you or for Frostburg, for that matter. We want to see a great game. We think it will be that. So good luck in it. Everybody stay uninjured, please, because we want to see whoever wins this game come out, and lead the East well, assuming that, the winner of this game probably has the inside track to the NJAC title at that point in time. Granted, Salisbury's still watching, like I said, but, have fun with it, like you said. Yeah, Montclair too. But have fun with this. That's the big thing.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.